It's our first requested video! So what do I think about vinyl? Easy. I think it makes me look cool. So, some background.
When I was 17, I bought a Crosley Cruiser turntable with my very first tax return. I then bought some records. Now I hardly use it. Namely because I have a cat who likes to touch things. But I still buy vinyl, as you might have noticed. In fact, while writing this video, I pre-ordered one of my favorite band's newest release, Metz's Automat. Notice I said release, not album, because it's not one. It's a collection of previously released 7-inch singles I already own digitally and physically.
God, I'm good with money, but I felt like I had to.
I already have their first 3 albums on vinyl.
Do you know it sounds like garbage on a Crosley Cruiser? A fucking noise punk band from Toronto. God, I'm good with money, but this actually gets at why I think vinyl is big right now. I kinda wanna be the guy with all the Metz albums on vinyl. For 13 years, vinyl sales have grown. Last year, Nelson Music reported that vinyl sales grew by almost 15%, selling something around 16.8 million physical copies. Which is bananas because overall record sales fell by 17.7% in 2018. You know, but vinyl sales continue to grow. Some suggest it's because it actually sounds better. And sometimes that's probably true. Sorry I'm making you out to be the butt of a joke, Metz. I'm a huge fan. Together, you, me, and this album blew out the speakers on my second car. From the bottom of his heart, 20-year-old Jake thanks you. The sound thing is actually true. MP3 files are all compressed so they can fit on your phone. And kinda like compressing a picture, it loses some quality and detail. Is that detail worth at minimum $20 extra? Apparently a lot of people think so. But really, people collect vinyl because they want people to think that they are vinyl collecting people with all the personality quirks that comes with. And remember, I'm one of these people, so I'm really criticizing myself here too.
Consider this a portrait of a YouTuber as a dipshit.
In 1967, a French philosopher named Guy Debord published The Society of the Spectacle.
It argues that as consumerism has grown, our identities as people have become increasingly tangled with the goods we own and the services we buy.
Think about how we think about status in America.
New car, new house, big screen TV, it's a physical representation of all our hard work and success. Debord writes, the present stage is bringing about a general shift from having to appearing. All having must now derive its immediate prestige and its ultimate purpose from appearances.
Basically, it doesn't matter if you can afford a private jet, it just has to look like you can. Never mind if you have to take out a second mortgage on your house. And that's where vinyl records come in. It doesn't really matter if I'm an audiophile. It just matters that I look like one, because I want people to think I am one. Clearly I love collecting shit! Have I read all of these? Nope. Will I read all of these? Probably not. But do I like the way they look in the back of our videos? Absolutely. Everything in this day and age functions first and foremost as decoration. And record companies know it!
Blue and white splatter? Red? Orange? See-through? A stupid EP produced by a piece of shit? All you gotta do is pre-order and go to this specific corporation.
I once tracked down one of 15,000 limited gold vinyl pressings of Macklemore's The Heist.
This is an actual thing I paid more money for than I'm willing to say because I guess I suffered blunt force head trauma somewhere around 2013.
God, I'm good with money. This thing even has gator skin texture. Now, of course, the special unique physicality of vinyl can be put to good use. Record Store Day seemingly gets bigger every single year, featuring limited re-releases of albums or specially shaped 7-inch singles. Like this dope Ohio-shaped 7-inch single by 21 Pilots released back in 2015. And notably, 41.1% of all vinyl sales in 2018 were at independent music stores.
But judging by the fact that all new vinyls come with a digital download code, I think most record companies know the true value of vinyl is visual. The real reason people buy vinyl is to frame it on the wall or for a house guest to flick past when they visit and go, the Beatles.
And speaking of the Beatles, it's really notable what actually sells on vinyl. The Beatles, Pink Floyd, Fleetwood Mac, Bowie, Michael Jackson. The only current artist in the top 10 right now is, curiously enough, Panic at the Disco. Good for you, Brendan Urie. Clearly, it's the symbolic value of these classic albums that people my age are after. Like, not only am I listening to Abbey Road, but I'm listening to it on an archaic format. But this is not just about vinyl.
It's a mini NES or PS1. It's Pinterest DIY projects.
And don't even bother saying that I spend money on travel or experiences, because those are commodifiable too. Oh, hi Instagram and your staged candids. The products we buy, the pictures we take are all about cultivating a look. Now remember, I'm as guilty of this as anyone.
I change this goddamn vinyl every goddamn week!
What is a YouTube channel but making our own brand? You think if this channel takes off, we're not gonna release t-shirts? So this video isn't trying to make you throw out your stuff. It's that DeBoer cautioned that this spectacle is a vicious cycle of isolation that creates lonely crowds. In our desperation to be accepted and to be liked, we will buy and try to become things we are actually not. The fact that the Beatles' White Album was the number 11 best-selling vinyl album of 2018 is a perfect example. The album is actually titled The Beatles, but famously, the Beatles were never more separate than when recording this album.
The album would have been much more aptly titled John and Paul's Solo Albums, occasionally featuring George and Ringo.
Don't let advertisers, friends, or social media push you into buying things you have no interest in just to feel a part of something. You are not the stuff you buy, and you are not the photos you post. You are you. You are unique and are unlike anyone else. If you like the way vinyl sounds with a cold PBR in your hand, don't ever change. If you like going to the gym and chiseling your body into a marble statue, more muscle to ya. But don't do any of it just because you think people are watching. See you next time.
Thank you so much for watching. Not to negate what I just said, but if you have any other ideas for things you want to watch, tell us in the comments below. I guess I could argue I'm helping you shape the content you want to consume. Anyway, if you somehow enjoyed all of this and you find all this pluggy business ironic, hit that subscribe button and go find us on social media. Toodles!